Okay, Chris and Ricky here. We're not quite done with Land Before Time. We were going to do a quick video outlining our idea of the trilogy to end the series.
Because why not?
Yeah, and as we were talking about the first one, it
It got
just
really long.
yeah, it just grew and grew. So what it's turning into is we will now be sharing a movie a day of our trilogy, starting with the first one today.
Blood of the Great Valley.
Yeah, and ideally these would be taking place 18, 19, and 20. Just,
Yeah.
you know, and that way it gives us some time to get there. So
Yeah. We start out, and Littlefoot and the gang, everyone, are adults now.
all
Grandpa is dead, so he's long gone. And Chomper's still there, and he's kind of a protector of the Great Valley because
Yeah.
Sharpteeth are becoming
more of a thing.
more.
They're out there kind of getting tired of the whole exclusivity of the Great Valley, so they've been attacking it more and more. So they need Chomper there to kind of fight them off.
Yeah. But he's also not being very satisfied being in the Great Valley.
Yeah, he's used to just eating bugs, but now he's so much bigger.
Yeah, the
he
bugs
needs
don't satisfy.
something else. Yeah.
So about a year before this one starts, there's the Great Earthshake. So this is the year after the Great Earthshake that kills Topsy, Sarah's dad, and Trisha, her sister, three of Ducky's sisters, and Ruby, and others. I mean, there's others
Yeah.
who died.
Big tragedy.
Chomper was missing for like a month, so they thought he was
Don't know
dead
what
too
happened
until
there.
he comes back in, and they're like, oh, good.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Sarah's kind of really stepped up as a leader, and she's kind of leading the Great Valley instead of it kind of being like a council like it was before.
Yeah.
While Littlefoot's kind of started to fight for a council,
Yeah.
with Spike being Sarah's right-hand man, and Ducky being Littlefoot's.
Kind of his support as
Yeah.
well, because he's kind of lost his way.
And she's wise.
Yeah.
So then the movie starts.
A year has passed
Yeah.
since the Earth shake.
Chomper
And we
has
find
been-
out that Chomper has actually been sneaking off to the mysterious beyond to get food that's a little bigger than bugs.
Yeah.
But it's not dinosaurs.
No, it's like monkeys,
Yeah.
mammals. We've seen
so-
that before.
One day when he goes out there, he comes across Uncle Toronto, who we haven't seen since
Big Freeze.
the big,
No.
Stone and Cold Fire.
Stone of the Fire.
He's been exiled. He said he could. They said he could come back after 5 cold times, but he didn't
Yeah.
because life on the outside was not good to Uncle Toronto and it's turned him into kind of a hard, mean old man. But he finds Chomper and sees an opportunity to influence him and stuff like that. So he's kind of like trying to get on his side, going like, "Hey, man, don't deny what you are. Don't let them tell it. Keep that." So there's some cahoots starting to happen, but Chomper's kind of like, "Nah." But then he comes back.
And Littlefoot finds him. He's like, "Where have you been?"
Yeah, where you like? And this isn't the first time I've noticed that you just kind of wander off to the mysterious beyond.
You're supposed to be protecting us. What are you doing out there? And he kind of admits it, like, "Hey, I've been
Yeah,
I've been eating people. I mean, not dinosaurs, and not people,
dinosaurs. Yeah,
but mammals or whatever."
yeah, animals, and trying not
It's
to do
just
too
in
much
my nature.
damage.
I can't not do it. I'm a
It's
sharptooth.
a
I can't
as
eat
much
leaves.
as you guys try to deny it.
Yeah.
That's what it is there.
So Littlefoot actually starts getting worried. I mean, they're okay, but Littlefoot actually gets worried and tells Sarah about it. Because Sarah draws it out and whatever. She turns into a big thing, of course.
And then there's talk about exiling Chomper because people are getting, immediately think, "Oh, when's he going to start eating us?"
Yeah.
But Littlefoot is still
tries
kind of
to-
like, "Hey, we still need him."
We kind of need him, but Sarah turns tide and Chomper gets exiled.
Yeah. So while that, of course, turns Chomper a little bit against.
Bitter, yeah.
Yeah. And so when he goes out there to the mysterious beyond, he doesn't have anyone or anywhere to go. So Uncle Toronto comes in and kind of shows him this other group of sharp teeth. And we also talked about that Littlefoot has now been kind of built up as a legend because he's killed so many sharp teeth before.
Yeah.
So Toronto kind of tells Chomper about this idea of them taking the Great Valley. And Chomper's like, okay, but I don't want any of my friends to be killed. That's not what this is about. It's not fair that we're all out here, but, I don't want to kill anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that kind of leaves off. Meanwhile, in the Great Valley, a Sharptooth does attack while Chomper is not there to protect him. So Littlefoot and Sarah have to step up together to fight the Sharptooth off.
Throw a rock on his head, of course.
Yeah, like the good old days.
Yeah. And they're like, well, maybe we can do this, but after guarding it for a while, they start to get tired and start to get weak, and Ducky and Spike both see this, and they kind of put aside their differences, like, we have to go find Chomper. He has to come back, so they head out into the mysterious beyond to find Chomper.
Which they do.
Mm-hmm. Toronto, though, spots them first and separates them, whatever, and manipulates Chompers into fighting Spike.
Because with this large army of Sharpteeth, they're on board for the most part, but they don't fully trust Chomper yet because he comes from the Great Valley. So Toronto kind of orchestrates this Spike versus Chomper fight in front of all the other Sharpteeth to show, like, yeah, this dude's in it because this was one of his friends, and now they're fighting. And Toronto keeps a hold of Ducky and makes her watch.
So Chomper kills Spike.
In an epic fight. Because remember, Spike's big now.
Yeah.
So he's got to be pretty fierce.
Yeah. So then when Spike is dead, the Sharptooth just descend upon him, except for his head, which Toronto puts on a string or whatever and puts around Ducky's neck and tells her, go warn your people, we're coming.
Yeah, we're coming. So Ducky comes back broken and devastated with Spike around her neck and explains the whole situation to Littlefoot and Sarah, who of course are shocked.
Oh, yeah.
And then do you want to explain your big...
Okay. Then we close with night descending on the Great Valley, and then the shadows along the rim of the valley, you start to see the shadow of Sharpteeth and only their red eyes reflecting in the light, until you see one of the Sharpteeth step forward into the moonlight with Chomper. Toronto lands on his head and he roars into the sky, and then it zooms out to Littlefoot and Sarah, and they look at each other and go, what?
Like the end of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and then credits.
Credits. Ends. So, right off the bat, even with the title, I mean, it's going to be a different kind of Land Before Time movie, but they're older now, so it's more mature.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll lead to the next one, which we'll talk about tomorrow, which is titled Assault on the Great Valley. So.
Yeah.